What's up, guys? Stacy here from Becoming Financially Fit, and today I'm going to give you guys the definition of financial literacy. That's one of the main pillars that my channel is built off of, preaching personal finance, financial literacy, savings, and investing, and also entrepreneurship. So what I wanted to do today for you guys was give you guys an actual breakdown of what financial literacy is actually defined as, and then how you can relate that to yourself, and actually how I promote that in my channel as well. So like I said, today we're going to be going through the definition of financial literacy. So let's get into it. Before we get into the content, I make videos about personal finance, financial literacy, savings, and investing. So if you're interested in any of those topics, make sure you subscribe to the channel and don't forget to hit the bell to stay updated anytime I post new content. Financial literacy is described as the education and understanding of financial topics like personal finance, money, and also investing. Some topics that will help you on that journey of becoming financially literate and understanding the entire picture of financial literacy include the art of savings, budgeting for success, and also investing for your future. So now, let's dive a little bit deeper into that first topic, the art of savings. So one thing I would highly recommend is setting up some type of emergency fund. And what that's going to allow you to do is that's going to allow you to pay for things that come up, let's say during the month or during the year, that are out of the ordinary. Things that you would have never thought would happen. But having an emergency fund is going to give you that extra cushion, that extra buffer to pay those without cutting into your monthly budget. Another thing that I would recommend to initially fund that would be setting up automated investing. And what that's going to allow you to do is essentially pay yourself first. As soon as you get paid, or let's say every month or every week, set aside some amount of money. I would recommend anywhere between 10 to 15% that just goes to paying yourself first. And this is going to go into an account that you can't touch. Like I said, you're going to be automating these savings. And in order to actually build up some significant savings and actually become financially literate and able to say that you are actually financially independent, you're going to need an emergency fund that allows you to make decisions. And if things arise, you're able to pay those with no sweat. Another thing that helps when it comes to savings is to make sure that those savings are out of sight and out of mind. The worst thing would be, let's say if you were saving your money in cash under your bed, you can see it, you can feel it every day. What you should actually try to do in order to build up that savings over time is to put it in some type of savings account that you can't easily get access to. Not meaning you can't get the funds, but something that, is either online or something that's a way that you really don't have immediate access to, because that's going to say, that's going to make it a little bit harder for you to get that money and actually encourage you to build it up over time. The next thing I would say is that consistency is key. No matter what you're doing, setting goals, saving, becoming financially fit, learning about financial literacy, all of these things take persistence. And in order to accomplish these goals, you need to make sure you're consistent. If you're setting up a goal to save money, make sure it's consistent. You do it every week or every month or every paycheck, but it has to be consistent and in line with those SMART goals that you set up initially. The second piece of the puzzle when it comes to financial literacy is investing in your future. And what do I mean by investing in your future? This does mean actually physically investing in things like stocks and bonds, or alternative assets like real estate or REITs and things like that. But it also means investing in yourself as well. Taking knowledge and actually putting it into practice. Reading books, buying courses or attending events. Doing all of those things to actually help you get to that end state is only going to be more and more worth it over time. A lot of people they kind of get discouraged when they think about either buying a new book or going to a course or actually going out to an event to network with people. But all of those things, just think about it. You're going to be investing in yourself. That money is going to be used to build your knowledge about financial literacy or investing or whatever your passion is, and it's going to help you in the long run. So don't think about it as money coming out of your pocket. Think about it as you investing in yourself in order to become a better person. When it comes to actually investing in things like the stock market, the common adage is buy low and sell high. But what a lot of people do is they buy at a certain point and then the market corrects a little bit and goes down and they get scared and they sell. That's no good. And a lot of people, when they do this, they kind of get discouraged from investing in the markets because they keep consistently losing money because they always sell when the price is down. What I would say is use the strategy I like to call dollar cost averaging. And what that's going to help you to do is that's going to help you stay invested. Like I said earlier, consistency is key. Dollar cost averaging allows you to buy shares over a period of time, and you buy things high, you buy things low, but over the period of, let's say, a year or 5 years or however long you're investing, you're going to be averaging out your cost that you're actually paying for that particular stock or investment. And what that's going to allow you to do is actually benefit from the gains and also limit your losses, because you're able to buy high or buy in the middle, and your price that you pay eventually for that stock over the long haul is going to be the average over each time period that you actually buy it. So I would definitely recommend looking into what I call dollar cost averaging when you're looking into investing over the long haul. The next thing that comes to my mind when I think about investing is the KISS method. And what do I mean by this? It's KISS. What does that stand for? Keep it simple, stupid. Don't try to overcomplicate things when you're investing. If you don't know about, let's say, options, or you don't know about tech companies, try not to invest in those things. I recently made a video about investing in what I know. And it's one of the strategies that I use, because what I like to do is invest in companies that I either know, I use, or eventually want to learn more about. So I've invested in companies in the past like Facebook, which owns Instagram, which I frequent their platforms a lot. I own companies like Apple because I have an iPhone. Those are great strategies to actually start to build some of that investment knowledge. But I would definitely say keep it simple, stupid. Invest in what you know to start, and then as you actually start to build up your financial literacy over time, then you can start branching out, and it brings me to my next point of diversification. I would definitely say look into a broad range of categories. If you actually want to have some more information about this, look into index funds. And index funds track the entire stock market or an entire sector, like the tech sector. So if you guys want some more information about that, just drop a comment below, and I'll kind of give you some examples of what I would say are good index funds that you should definitely look into if you want a broad exposure to the markets. And one of the last but often overlooked pieces of the definition of financial literacy or becoming financially fit would be budgeting for success. A lot of people overlook this and they think that they have money coming in so they can just have money coming out. But we'll take a look at what it actually means to budget for success in order to become financially fit. Now, when it comes to budgeting, there are 4 broad categories, and I'll kind of go through those very, very quickly to give you guys some high-level information about what it takes to actually budget for success. If you guys want the full in-depth review of this entire definition of financial literacy, I actually have a full-length article over on my site, thefinancialliteracy.com, so I'll leave a link to that in the description below. But just getting back into budgeting for success, what is the first thing? You have to know what's actually coming in and what's going out. And what does that mean? That means knowing every single penny and actually writing that down and putting it into a spreadsheet that comes in, and also every penny that goes out. And then once you do that, you can actually put it into different categories to see how you're actually making your money and how you're actually spending money. The next thing would be consistently preparing a sensible budget on a monthly basis. What a lot of people do is they set one budget for, let's say, 1 month, but then they try to continuously use that same budget, but it really doesn't work, because throughout the course of the year, every single month is different. You may be traveling, there may be a holiday coming up, you might have a big event that comes up. You never know what's going to come up, but if you do have a monthly budget that's set up, that's sensible and within your means, you're going to be set up for success. Putting those two topics together, I would say that when you actually start to track what's coming in, what's going out, and creating your budget, you'll be able to see how much of either a surplus or a deficit that you have. And what does that mean? A surplus is the extra money left over after all of your planned expenses are paid for. And the other piece is a deficit. And that means that you're actually spending more money that you're making. You never want to be in that position. If you ever find yourself in a deficit, I would definitely say, look at where your money's going, look at where you can cut those costs. Let's say from things like going out to eat or spending on, going out or vacations or things like that. You can try to cut back, but if you don't know, then you will never be able to fix your mistakes. The last thing I would say when it comes to budgeting is sticking to the plan and adapting your budget to things that happen. Like I said, throughout this entire process of building a successful budget, what you need to do is track your funds. Set up a budget every single month, and then start to adapt that budget as the months roll on. And you'll start to see that you'll have more additional savings at the end of every month that allows you to do things like invest or travel or pursue your passion. So those are just some of the high level topics when it comes to budgeting for success. Wrapping up, guys, The definition of financial literacy is whatever you want it to be. It's an entire picture of things that come into mind, like budgeting, saving for success, investing in your future. All of those things promote financial literacy. But what it really takes is the education. Invest in yourself to learn more about investing, or to learn more about personal finance, or if you want to get into entrepreneurship, making sure you're taking the necessary steps to become more knowledgeable about those things. That is the true definition of financial literacy. And as we all know, financial literacy and becoming eventually financially fit is a marathon. It is not a race. So make sure, like I said, you guys set smart, specific goals, and you stick to those goals and you actually hit them. So if you guys like the content I'm putting out, make sure you give this video a like. And if you have any questions about the definition of financial literacy, or what I define as financial literacy, drop a comment below, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit that bell to stay updated anytime I post new content. I usually post videos about personal finance, financial literacy, savings and investing, and also entrepreneurship as well. So if you're interested in any of those topics, or you want to hear me talk about something in the future, drop a comment below. But that's going to be it for today when it comes to the definition of financial literacy. So see you guys soon.